Hey guys, Churchy here. So in this video, I just want to have a little bit of a rant about war sales. So the TLDR is basically that I think the core naval combat and all of the stuff associated with that, like ramming and boarding and all of that, and firing weapons off the bow and everything, it's all really fun. But my first impression of war sales is basically that between the bugs and odd mechanics or balance issues and things that I've experienced in my first few hours with the game, I think I played about 4 or 5 hours, maybe slightly more, I don't know. But basically, all of the stuff that I've experienced kind of just makes it feel like a 6 out of 10 for me at the moment. And I'm sure as I play more and get past some of the quirks, I'm going to enjoy it more, especially after some patches and mods improve it. But yeah, it's just, I've had some issues, man. So I'm just jumping back to this point in the video while I edit this, just to say that I think what I'm noticing with this DLC is just that a lot of the frustrations I'm having relate to things suddenly just feeling unfair or, you know, unexpectedly unfair. Things just swinging too far in a direction of feeling like the game's just fucking you over. Whether it's from a bug or something else or some weird balance thing or whatever. That's just a trend I'm noticing. And I also just want to say that these are just my raw thoughts from that first bunch of hours that I played. And yeah, I'm sure ultimately it's not a full reflection of like how I'll feel about it all when I've played more. But yeah, just letting you guys know that. So first up, the DLC price is on the upper end of what I'd pay. It's actually right on the limit of what I'd pay. I paid 36 AUD at 10% off. And I was not willing to pay more than 40. So, yeah. And again, the concept is awesome, but the implementation needs work because there's just like bugs and odd mechanics and just a lot of frustration surrounding that core of the DLC, that fun naval combat core. So, I like that they've put a quest line in place to pretty much get you straight into having a taste of the new naval combat. But the tutorial missions, again, they're kind of this fun idea in principle, but the implementation is pretty annoying and a slog at times. There's also some really cool moments in it. But anyway, this little next bit, I guess, has some vague spoilers. The story's not that deep anyway, but spoiler warning. So, first mission that I'm trying to board some ships. The boarding felt a little bit unresponsive, and I'm like was spamming the key at one point because it just didn't seem to be working. I think sometimes your troops just take a while to respond with the AI and actually throw out the thing and do what they're meant to be doing. And then the fire ship mission. The fire ship mission where you light a ship on fire and send it into another ship, and then you have to like swim to shore and then go and get on another ship, and then you like escape out into the open ocean. Basically, that mission was just tactically brain dead, and it was really frustrating. And the trade cog that you get on after going to shore and getting on another ship, you get on this trade cog, and it is slow as shit. And I was trying to play it on realistic difficulty, and that felt fucking terrible. And then I gave up, and I did it on easy because I just couldn't be fucked wasting my time anymore. Okay, so I've mocked up a little bit of a diagram to show you guys how tactically brain dead the mission is, where you try and light the other ship on fire. Basically, you start in a little ship here, and you light it on fire, and then you ram it into this ship, and then boom, fire. And then you dive off the ship before, and then the ocean's up here, down this way. So you would think, all right, we've got to get to the ocean, so we're going to go up this way and like sneak through the land and then get out to the sea. But no, you swim this way, then you travel past a bunch of fucking guard patrols that are shooting arrows and shit at you. And then you hop on this ship. And then this is super dumb because you've just made a big commotion here. So obviously all the other ships in the area are like know what's going on or like have heard something or whatever. So the ships basically spot you coming this way. So there's like some rocky terrain that you can try and like swivel around sort of to try and like avoid some of the boats. But basically you end up like navigating. And these guys are like shooting arrows and shit and trying to light you on fire. And you have to navigate your way out to the ocean and pass a bunch of fucking enemy ships. It's stupid. Why the hell would you not just do this, land over here somewhere? Or, if the terrain's not favorable to do this, why the hell would you even try and do this shit? But basically, in my brain, I'm like, why the hell would you not just like swim this way and hoof it down that way? And then, escape in a much more reasonable way than trying to take a shitty fucking trade cog past a bunch of enemy ships that are superior to yours. Why would you set yourself up in this scenario? It doesn't make sense. It's so fucking brain dead. Anyway, I'm in a ranting mood today. And then the big finale mission, basically the enemy AI and my allies AI just kind of mostly died sometime sort of halfway into the battle. They kind of seemingly all just refused to attack and they just kind of floated around near each other. I don't know if it's because there was so many like empty ships of dead guys that just got in the way, but anyway, something completely balked out and they were just kind of chilling. So then I pretty much just like pulled up alongside the big enemy ship that I had to take down, and then I just slowly whittled the enemy down with throwing weapons, which it was funny, but it wasn't really this big epic finale to the quest line anymore. It was just kind of like just throwing shit at them. And then also in this big final battle, the game's performance actually kind of shit the bed a little bit, which was also annoying. So not long after completing the tutorial, I had a super frustrating moment. This is one of the most frustrating things I experienced so far. And that was where I'd basically joined a fight to help fight against some sea raiders. And, you know, the battle's going pretty well. I mean, not too well for my ally. They're kind of getting shit canned a bit, but I'm fighting strong. I'm moving ship by ship. And I'm taking them out in a nice tactical manner where I'm only pitting my one ship of guys against one other ship of guys. Anyway, I basically get to this point where I'm, you know, killing some guys on a ship, and then suddenly it just pops up with the battle is lost because my ally had died. And I think maybe because they were like the host of the battle or something. I'm not sure what the condition is exactly that causes this, but man, it was fucking annoying because I was still very much alive. I still had a full ship of guys with me, basically, and I just, you know, finished killing another ship of the enemy, and there was a very good chance that I would have won the fight because I basically, if I kept doing what I was doing and just taking on one ship at a time, which I was pretty much able to do because I think there was only like 2 ships left and I was fighting one of them at that time. But basically, I would have been able to win. I'm very confident that I could have won that fight. But no, I lost. So then I have to re-engage with the battle, and then it sort of reset it to this state so the enemy actually has a bunch more guys alive this time, so then we just get shit canned, and that whole thing just felt like such bullshit. Like, it just felt really bad getting pulled back out of the tactically superior situation I had with the way I'd been fighting to then basically just get repositioned into a point where, oh, I'm fucked now. So another thing that was frustrating me was my ship seemed to be getting damaged out of nowhere, but since watching back this footage, I've realized it's because I've obviously sailed into a big storm that kills you super quickly. I'm assuming at some other points I must have just been zoomed out on the map looking at different spots and just fast forward traveling, and I must have just sailed through some storms. So that's kind of frustrating, but I understand that one now. Also, the repair costs are a bit ridiculous for the early game. Like a few scratches and it cost me about 900 dinars to fix. A bit more damage and it's 3,000 dinars. And I'm sure that's not a problem later on, but early on, especially in this context of trying to just get right into the DLC content and do the ship stuff, this was again just this extra layer of frustration, another layer on top of all the other shit that had been happening. Also, they replaced the hideout attacking with a stealth section. So I don't know why you wouldn't just allow the choice for either going in stealthily or just charging in with the boys like you used to be able to. Maybe they do allow that and I just missed it somehow. But anyway, there's basically these bushes that you're meant to hide in, which is great. But one of mine bugged out, or it just wasn't bushy enough, I guess. I'm not really sure. But basically I'd hidden a bunch of the different bushes, and there was this one where my character's head was poking out the top a little bit, but I thought, I seem a little bit exposed, but you know, I'll keep doing the mechanic. I'm hiding in the bush. It's all good. I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing as far as I know. And then I just got spotted and I kind of panicked and I got myself killed because I didn't know if they all knew I was there or what was going on. But I was basically, I just panicked, got killed, and then it's just bye-bye chance at, you know, destroying the hideout. So I fucking hated that. It was this really annoying thing. I'm in the fully stealthy mindset. I'm, you know, observing patrol patterns and I'm timing my ambushes. And as far as I knew, I was hidden and I was following the mechanic correctly. And then it just seemingly bugs out on me. And then it just kind of just feels like it's completely fucked me over and wasted my time. And that is really not fun. So I had an incredible time playing Bannerlord at one point. I completed an entire campaign. I was like doing full Britannia. I was like basically a fan, and it was fucking cool. And I was just like, yeah, I literally wiped the entire world. Like, was, you know, every single other faction had been destroyed, and we'd captured everything, and it was great. So yeah, and it's like, basically I'm saying that to just kind of let you know that I'm sure that as I play more and like patches and mods and things come out for war sales, I'm sure it's going to eventually be a great time. And that core is really, really cool. Like, that core naval combat is really awesome. But there's just a lot of quirks and annoying, frustrating things that felt like they were really getting in the way of the fun for me. Anyway, guys, thank you for letting me just rant. I'm sure some of you had much better first impressions experiences of this, but fucking hell, man, for me it's just been a bit of a clusterfuck, and I just wanted to rant for a little bit about it. So yeah, thank you for listening to me rant. I hope you are enjoying war sales and having a good time with it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Have a good day or night, whichever it may be, and I will see you in the next video.